What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, I can't even. What the hell happened there? I freaking stuttered. The COVID's come back.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'll just take over and step in, Donna.
Welcome to Double Coverage.
Show 84. Get the trade done, mate. Trade for Simmons. Get it done.
Let me get the intro out. Let me get the intro out. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage, where we're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the great man, Sauce. How you going, Sauce? Get the trade done, Doma. There we go. Now we're up to speed. What's happening, brother?
I'm good, mate.
Fucking hell.
We're back again. Another week. Fair bit's gone down. We've had, obviously, Premier League back in action games over the last 2 days. And then we've got the big dance, Super Bowl, coming up this following Monday. So we look forward to that, of course. But, you know, we've had some trades in the NBA, so we'll have a chat about that sort of stuff. But, I mean, I'll tell you what, amongst other things, Sunday, Monday, massive days of sport. You've obviously got a bumper UFC card coming up, which, you know, if you've been living under a rock, it's Izzy Adesanya against our boy Robert Whittaker, title rematch. We all know what happened last time. We'll preview that a bit later. But yourself, Doma, obviously a bit frazzled, mate. You came in, you couldn't even get the bloody intro out.
No, I'm just excited. I'm happy. Well, I've got nothing to say. I'm not frazzled, mate. I was on till late last night on a call. Adam's here. Here he is. He was in that call. It was good talking the hobby with a couple people.
In the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, go to the link. We're in the Discord, in the voice chat. It's a bit like a clubhouse, but it's the Double Coverage clubhouse, essentially.
It was awesome. Maddie came in. So Caddy Mams, is that what it is? In his IG handle. You know, it was showing his SMC. So he shipped my cards return. Just a whole bunch of stuff he's been buying. And then a whole bunch of people jumped in and we're talking the hobby. I think Maddie started at about 7:30, I reckon, or 7:45, and we didn't finish up till 11:30, 11:45 last night. It was crazy. It was actually awesome fun, Sauce. Really, really good. Chatting about the hobby, talking about interesting things that don't usually get spoken about when it comes to the hobby, and having a laugh along the way. So, yeah, it was awesome. So thanks to everyone that jumped in there. And as Saucy said, that is open anytime someone wants to jump in and just chat the hobby. Anyway, Sauce, we will start with the NBA. A few trades went through today. I will read them out, this week. So we had Caris LeVert acquired by the Cleveland Cavaliers with a 2022 second-round pick via Miami for Ricky Rubio, a lottery-protected 2022 first-round pick, a 2022 second-round via Utah, and a 2027 second-round pick via Houston. So Caris LeVert moves into that Cleveland Cavaliers squad, which has been really flying this season, absolutely flying in the East. That's a great pickup. They got rid of Rubio, unfortunately, who is the injured player. So they've got rid of someone that's not playing at the moment and bolstered it with an offensive player that can shoot.
Yeah, look, I've got to say, mate, maybe if the Cavs had this sort of management when LeBron was there, they might have won more titles, because they seem to have fixed their issues with being able to, you know, draft some decent talent, bring guys in that are going to make their team better. And, you know, we said at the start of the season, you know, they'd started like a house on fire, and were they going to drop off? They did for a period there, but they've picked the game back up. And, you know, there was that clip of them just going on a crazy run in the fourth quarter the other day, you know, putting a game to bed, which is what you want to do when you're a better side. You know, better sides, they have that little bit of lead going into the fourth quarter, and they come out in the 4 or 5 minutes and they put the game to bed, you know, extend the lead out to 20. And they've done that a few times this season. So they're playing really well. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, their ball movement, they play really a fun style of play. And, you know, you always look at their box score. There's not too often that, you're getting a guy putting up 30. You know, it's really spread around. You've got guys putting up 15, 17, 20 points here. Kevin Love comes off the bench, gives you, 12 to 20 points. It's really, really spread around. It's good. A really nice team dynamic down there in Cleveland. It'll be interesting to see, what happens. I don't expect them to do anything in the East overly in terms of going deep.
It's exciting going forward. We heard LeBron say during the week he's going to leave. if he has to play with his son. So, there could be a bit of tanking going on when it comes to
I've heard about this.
straight out to the
just
Cavs.
Trade up to get Bronny, mate, just so you get LeBron.
Maybe the Lakers just tank. Well, they're not trying to tank at the moment. They're just shit. But anyway,
we're absolutely slapped.
Next up, we had CJ McCullough traded to the Pelicans. So it's CJ, Larry Nance Jr., and Tony Snell from the Blazers moving over to the Pelicans for Josh Hart, Thomas Satoransky, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Didi Luzada, a 2022 first-round pick, which is protected, and 2 future second-round picks. Thoughts on this one? Pels obviously keep Ingram. Yeah, well, they've got Ingram there still. Pick up CJ. Does he stay now? Or is this, in all honesty, this is an honest question. Does he stay? Or is this just, I don't know, to stop the bleeding because they know Zion's gone? So they needed someone there in New Orleans. I thought about it this morning. And
he's not out of contract at the end of this season.
No.
I don't think so.
What's the contract? 4 years, isn't it? Yeah, it's his third year. Yeah, it's his third year. He's got 1 more year. So they have a trial run. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is a good young player, so it's a good pickup there over in Portland. I genuinely don't know what Portland's doing. They're obviously trying to build a younger roster under Dame. I don't know, Source. This could be
2023, end of 2023.
Yeah, this could actually be controversial what I'm about to say, but Dame Lillard is one of the most overrated players to ever play the game. So
yeah, look,
he should have left.
As much as I like the way he goes about it, he sort of, I said this, he dug himself a hole. With the way he went on about him wanting to transition to his rap game. And then talking smack in his rap that he's not going to leave. He's going to do it there. And now he's just going to look like a fool because he is going to leave. Let's be honest, because Portland's gone absolutely nowhere. They're going to build around Simmons. Their best pieces, obviously, Anthony Simmons. That's the new guy there. They got rid of guys like, Gary Trent. I mean, they got rid of Gary Trent. He would have been a good fit. If you were moving on from Lillard and he was at only 21. You got rid of him. I'm not saying he's going to be a number 1 guy on your team, but could he be a 2 or 3? Could he be a Chris Middleton type guy when you go on a run into the playoffs? Hell yeah, why not? He's shown that he can do it. So in patches, and it's obviously just building consistency over time. But I don't know. Portland, bizarre. What they're doing to their franchise, probably should have blew it up a year ago. Now they're, deciding now what they're doing. Are they blowing it up and giving full reins to Chauncey Billups, or are they, just using him as a scapegoat to then blow up the roster, to then get rid of him, to get another coach in, and then, keep the overhaul going? I don't really know, but I think the Pels did well out of that trade. I think they did very well.
Just remember, people that are watching and listening this show, that word scapegoat that Source used, because I'm going to be using it a lot in about 5 minutes. The last trade also this morning was the Kings receive Domantas Sabonis, Jeremy Lamb, Justin Holiday, and a 2027 second-round pick from the Pacers for Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, and Tristan Thompson. Thoughts on this one? The rookie gets traded.
Yeah, quite a few people astounded, admittedly, but know something. I'm probably not, just because I feel like him and De'Aaron Fox on the same team, very similar. High possession type players, need the ball in their hands. Didn't work, in my opinion. Probably didn't work that well together. So I don't think it's the worst thing. I'm going to go on the other side of the fence. I don't think there's people
doing the same thing.
Yeah, if people were very astounded by the Kings and what they did in trading away Halliburton, and I was like, you know what, I've watched games, and him and Fox, they sort of clash. They need the ball in their hands. Now Halliburton's a pretty good player, and I think the Pacers got a good player on their hands.
Yeah,
And I think it was a pretty good trade for both teams. Sabonis.
it
I've
is.
spoken highly of Sabonis as well. So he's a very solid player. One of the better big mans in the league. Outside obviously the elite big mans. He's probably right there next.
And they're
also
crapping on Source. You know what they're crapping on about. Oh, the Pacers won out of this. The Pacers won out of this. Like, that's all they keep saying. It's like, yeah, okay, did they? You picked up Tristan Thompson, which is a filler.
Yeah,
I get
nothing.
that. But you just got rid of Karis LeVert and Sabonis. And you're replacing him with a rookie. Yeah, I understand Halliburton could be the future of your franchise. I get that as a young piece, and you can build around him. I completely understand that. But maybe the Kings want to build around Sabonis and Fox. I know Bagley wants to go as well. Potentially move him on. I don't know. They want to build around Miles Turner.
Don't know what you'd get for him.
Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I didn't think it was that bad of a trade. Yeah, the Kings, it looks bad on paper, but we've seen so many trades in the history of the NBA where it looks shocking on paper for one team and amazing for another team. And the team that looks shocking, Source, is the one that came out with the chocolates. And the one that you thought, this is going to be the best thing ever, ended up being a flop with their new acquisition. So only time will tell. We'll see how they fit the system. And that's how we can make our conclusion on it. I'm not saying anyone won anything or lost anything at the moment because no one's played with these players yet. All right, Source. Moving on to, obviously, the elephant in the room during the trade season for 2022. And it is James Harden and the Philadelphia 76ers. Yeah, we touched on it last week. But it has to get done. It's got to the point where Harden got left out of the team today, not because of injury. They just pulled him, didn't play him today, which is the signs of, you don't want to get your asset hurt leading into a trade, potentially. So Nash keeps on denying the fact that he's going to be going.
Lying through his teeth, let's be honest, if you've heard any of the interviews.
But, yeah, I understand. Now, there's a few other things as well that need to be considered by people. All right. And this is going to be heavily directed towards Ben Simmons. And as you know, Source, I've defended him a fair bit. And I'm going to defend him again. All right. And I'm going to give a bit of a historical lesson to people that have short-term memory. And this is the thing with sports, with the card market, with anything in life. A lot of people have short-term memories. Just remember, we glorify people too, that have committed crimes and they've come back in sport. And, he's turned over a leaf and he's a good guy now and now we love him. Like, people have short-term memory. Ben Simmons for James Harden is a great move. You're getting rid of a guy where obviously the ball usage from the two guards, Kyrie and James Harden, it's definitely not working. You now get a guy that can just facilitate the ball. He's 10 times the defender of what James Harden is, contrary to the belief that James Harden's actually a good defender. So this guy is maybe even 100 times better a defender than James Harden. Not even 10 times. I understand we don't know what his fitness is like at the moment. Ben Simmons, we don't understand any of that stuff. He'll fit in perfectly with that team. Kevin Durant is a facilitator, giving him the ball, giving Kyrie the ball. Second thing that came out, the mandate in New York City looks like it's going to be gone by the end of the next week. So Kyrie Irving will be able to play every single game for the rest of the season at home for Brooklyn. So the front office there needs to be looking at, okay, we can get Ben Simmons in. It might take him a couple of weeks, get him up to scratch, and then we can start playing him on limited minutes at first with Kyrie Irving. And then by that stage, All-Star break's done, Kevin Durant comes back, and then you've got your three guys there, you got your pieces, and you do what you got to do. That's the second thing. The third thing, Daryl Morey over at Philadelphia needs to really pull his finger out and not make this an ego trip. To not trade Ben Simmons to make a point to Ben Simmons. Because the statement that you're making is, I'm going to waste my best big man, the best big man since Shaquille O'Neal, because I don't want to trade a guy to prove a point that we won as an organization. And in doing so, you're going to potentially cost your organization the opportunity to win the championship. That's the other thing too. Now, the fourth thing, which is back to Ben Simmons, is the perception that we have of Ben Simmons at the moment in general, in the NBA, in basketball, in the car market, him as a person. I'm going to put this to you, Source. You're in your workplace, yeah? He shrunk. I get that, yeah? He shrunk in the NBA Finals. There was one game where they played him on the wing. Not in the finals, in the playoffs last year. In that series, there was one game he actually dominated. They played him on the wing, and he actually played really well with Embiid. All right? He didn't show up. Your best employee, so effectively your CEO, which is the coach, and the CFO, which is Embiid, come out and throw you under the bus publicly to the media. You tell me how many times you've heard that happen. That the superstar of a team comes out and throws a guy under the bus and says, this is the reason why we lost. Mind you, Embiid was shit himself in the series. All right? Mind you, he was shit himself. And mind you, Ben Simmons was the scapegoat because Doc Rivers is the biggest choker in the history of NBA playoffs. And the scapegoat was throwing Ben Simmons under the bus to once again, another season consecutively, hide the fact that this guy does not know how to coach. I don't care what anyone says. He's overrated. And don't say, oh, he won a title with Boston. Did you want to go look at that roster? That Boston roster? Do you want to go have a look at it? It's funny how Doc Rivers and DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin and they bag Chris Paul. He was a cancer in the locker room, and he caused all the problems. Where's Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan now? What's Chris Paul doing now? The common denominator in that, Doc Rivers. So we've gone on this whole big journey of even the ESPYs, oh, Ben Simmons put up enough bricks to build a house for kids in Africa. How about we fucking come out and say that Russell Westbrook has put up enough bricks to literally build the foundation for a whole civilization in his career of fucking basketball? And this is a guy that actively shoots when he clearly knows he doesn't know how to. Where do we bag him? The thing is, you've gone so hard on a guy and everyone's bagging him that Philadelphia fans, basketball fans, you just don't comprehend in your head. You don't comprehend that he got Philly to the playoffs. 2 seasons earlier, when Kawhi hit the shot, Embiid was the guy in the series, did nothing. Who was the guy that was injured and didn't play? Ben Simmons, who dominated in that series defensively. The guy should have won Defensive Player of the Year last year, Source. So with all those facts put out in front of people, they should probably start doing their research. Because I'm telling you, if your boss came out and said all these things about you, and the fact that people, yeah, he may or may not have mental health issues at the moment, Source, but I'll tell you what, all signs point to yes, that he does have mental health issues when you're getting berated on a national level at fucking the ESPYs, which is a televised event in front of millions of people. Yeah, your organization is throwing you under the bus. You're getting berated from everyone. Is there a small part of you that actually starts making you think now as a human being with empathy that he actually might have mental health issues? Because I'll tell you what, if it happened to any one of you, you'd be screwed. Would it not ruin you mentally? So
imagine having to hear all that from people within your workplace and then go to the work the next day and see those same people and try have a relationship with those people.
And then people wonder why, he rocked up with the phone in his pocket to train.
98% of people would pretty much just say, get effed, mate. I'm not coming back to work. I'm getting a new job, right? Which is pretty much what he's trying to do, force the trade. And Daryl Morey needs to stop being a lemon and just get the job done. right?
And everything sourced too with like, oh, he had no interest at practice. He had his phone. He wasn't with the team. Or he showed no respect to his teammates and his coaching staff. Well, they didn't show him any respect when they threw him under the bus. Why the hell does he have to start showing them respect now? Oh, what? Because he gets paid on a big contract? He earned that contract, Source, because he carried them. With Embiid, I'm not saying Embiid didn't, but I'm just saying he was a star there and he's good enough. This is a guy that can put up 25 a game, Source, that supposedly doesn't know how to shoot, but he can score the ball. Telling you, I'd rather take a Ben Simmons. I'm going to end it on this. I'd rather take a Ben Simmons efficient field goal percentage hitting 25 than a Russell Westbrook going 2 of freaking 18 and having 21 because he's going to the line.
Better defender and better passer too.
So, Brooklyn, if you can get the trade done, happy days for you. That's all I'm saying.
I'm telling you, it'll be a good piece.
Yes,
It'll be a good piece.
Matty said, why do you think Shaq backed off after a convo with him and apologized? That's exactly right. You don't know what people are going through, and everyone's been so hard on him. He's been the talking point. Oh, we lost respect for him. How about you start losing respect for people that throw you under the bus, mate? No accountability. Making people scapegoats. Fucking what's that say about a person's nature? Passing the buck every 2 seconds. Anyway, Ben Simmons, get well, get back on the court, show him what you can do, and hopefully in your first game back, you hit a big 3, mate. Just to stick it up the Philly fans' ass.
He came back and he just started shooting jump shots, mid-range jump shots and shit, just to
I'd love it.
Throw it into the Philly fans' face.
Fuck, I would love it. All right, so let's move on. EPL. Not really going to talk EPL. We're just going to move into Champions League, all right? There's nothing... All I'm going to say is there's a reason why this guy here is my coaster for my water bottle, all right? Because he's a dud. So we drew 1-1.
Luke Shaw. That's Luke Shaw.
That is Luke Shaw. He's a spud. The other reason he played was because Tellez has COVID. But EPL is back. There's some nice early morning starts for people here in Australia. 6:45 games tomorrow and Friday. So catch them. But Saucy, I don't know if you got Flop Mob up, but we can run through Champions League for next week because it is back Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah, so I'll grab it up in a second. But yeah, well, I mean, the Premier League, we've spoken about it, that it's pretty much Man City's to lose at this point. They've mounted a bit of a lead. So that's sort of what we're watching there. Do they falter or do they continue to add to that lead? All right. So first round of games back Wednesday the 16th. So next Wednesday there is Champions League back. And I'll tell you what a game this is. Paris Saint-Germain against Real Madrid to kick us off on Wednesday, along with Sporting Lisbon against Manchester City. And then on the Wednesday, you have Inter Milan against Liverpool.
That's a rip-off.
That one's in Milano. And then Salzburg against Bayern Munchen. And that's in Salzburg. So what's that? They're from Austria, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. You'd expect that, I mean, it's hard to pick the PSG against Real Madrid. I wouldn't, say how that's going to play out. Do remember, ladies and gentlemen, they have abolished the away goals rule, so that no longer stands.
No. Yep.
So just be mindful of that. And then you got Sporting against Manchester City, where I'll probably expect City to probably get the chocolates. And then on the Thursday, I'll be looking forward to Inter Milan against Liverpool for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be sick.
That's the pick of the game. I think Inter, Liverpool, and PSG, Real Madrid. Salzburg against Bayern Munich. Munich will probably just have too much firepower over the two. And then there's more games, but we'll preview those ones next week. And we'll talk about them. So there's another whole bunch of games as well.
Definitely.
Which kick off on the 23rd of February.
100%. All right, Source. Let's move on to some quick F1 news. I'll share my screen here. I'll just get this up so people can see it. Is it going to pop up? There we go. Just some launch date info. The TBC down here for Haas has been updated. That was actually on the 4th of Feb. 5th of Feb, sorry. So that's actually come out. So I put a picture of the car in our story yesterday. I don't know if it's still in there. If you head over there now, you might be able to catch a glimpse. If not, head over to their Instagram page. But these are what I'm looking forward to. Tomorrow, which is the 10th here, which will be the 9th over in Europe, we've got Red Bull. Then on Friday, we have Aston Martin. Saturday, we get a McLaren preview. Next Tuesday is AlphaTauri. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I think Friday's Ferrari. Yeah, Friday will be Ferrari. Saturday will be Mercedes, and so on and so forth. So stay tuned for that. You get to have a look at the new cars, what they look like, and we're heading towards Bahrain, which is the first Grand Prix, I think, on the 13th of March. So that is coming very quickly with testing coming up at the start of March. So we are literally 3 weeks away, I think, from testing.
From testing, and then what, kickoff? When's the season
a month.
kickoff?
It's literally a month from Sunday, I think. Right. Unbelievable. G up. Get ready. So that's just a bit of an update there for all of you. All right, Saucy. Massive card this week. Massive card. UFC.
Huge card. We'll just run down the previous card, which transpired on Sunday. So you had main card, featherweight division, Julian Erosa defeating Steven Peterson, third round decision. Middleweight division, you had Brian Battle defeating Treason Gore, third round decision. Light heavyweight division, you had Brandon Allen defeating Sam Alvey with a submission in the second round. Welterweight division had Shamkavet Rakhmonov KO in the first round against Carlston Harris. Then the middleweight co-main event, you had Nick Maximov defeating Ponenli Soriano, third round decision. And the main event you had, which was a middleweight, Sean Strickland defeating Jack Hermanson. But don't worry about that fight night. It's all about this weekend, UFC 271, where the main card kicks off from 2 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Prelim card kicks off from 12 p.m. And then you've even got the early prelims if you're a UFC frother from 10 a.m. But boy, oh boy, this is a cracking card, let me tell you. There's quite a few fights here. Prelim card, let's have a look here, see if there's any names that stick out. No one that I really know for sure. But on the main card, there's a few good fights here. You got in the lightweight, you got Bobby Green against Nasrat. I did not even know how to say that, Dom. Have you got any clue?
Nasrat Hakparast.
Yeah, there we go. Bantamweight division, Kyler Phillips against Marcelo Rojo. Middleweight division, got Jared Cannonier against Derek Brunson. That will be a cracker. Derek Brunson is a good fighter, and Cannonier is not bad himself. And then the co-main event, this is where I'm G'ing up. This is where I'm just about to get fired up. You got my boy Derek Hot Balls Lewis against Ty Bam Bam Tuivasa, the Australian. So two of my favorite fighters in the heavyweight division. If anyone doesn't know, Bam Bam Tuivasa actually took a call in the middle of the night. He was piss blind and agreed to this fight. And he had no idea. Woke up the next morning and seen that he's fighting Derek Lewis. He can't remember agreeing to the fight, but he did, regardless, over the phone when he was piss blind. So he said, yeah, stuff it. Let's jump in the ring with Derek Lewis. So it's going to be a cracking fight. Two big boys in there. I think this is going to be interesting because I think if it stays on its feet, I think Derek Lewis wins this. Tai Tuivasa probably has to mix it up a bit. Probably can't keep it too much on its feet. I think Derek Lewis might be able to, walk him down. Has maybe too much power. Tuivasa has been knocked out in the past. It's not that he's not fond of, or he has that tough of a chin. Like, he has a tough chin, don't get me wrong, but Derek Lewis has a lot of power. And how Derek Lewis was beaten last time, obviously, by John Jones, and the time before that, I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Stipe. They sort of just hobbled, like jumped around him, a lot more nimble within the ring, and were able to use a bit of ground and pound. Derek Lewis not the best on his back, so I think if Tai Tuivasa, obviously he's going to have to stand there and fight on his feet at some point, because you start on your feet. But I think if you can mix it up, and get Derek Lewis on the ground. Get him a bit more puffed out, because I feel like Tai Tuivasa has probably better cardio. Probably can go a bit more into the 5 rounds. That's where Tuivasa will be able to, wear Derek Lewis down, and then in those later rounds, those big hammers that Lewis throws aren't as dangerous, and then Tuivasa will be able to pick him off and get the job done. But in saying that, it might only go 1 round or 2, because both these guys throw hammers, and we might very well see some guy knocked out on the canvas. Then leading into the main event, Izzy Adesanya, the last style bender, against Robert Whittaker, the Aussie. So 2 Aussies in the main events. Look, we've seen how this played out last time. Adesanya against Whittaker. Whittaker tried to rush in and try to get punches on. And Adesanya was just too quick for him. He was able to hit him with the 1-2 combo and knock him out. I think, Whittaker probably needs to take a bit of a leaf out of Stipe's book. I understand Stipe had a lot more weight on Adesanya, but I think he has to try take him down and
Was it Stipe?
It
No, it wasn't. Was
Stipe?
No, Blachowicz.
Blachowicz, that's right. Yes, correct. Blachowicz.
They do look similar. They
look similar, right? Yes, Stipe, he obviously gave him his first loss, albeit he was when he moved up to light heavyweight, I think it was. So I think Whittaker needs to take a bit of a leaf out of his book and try a bit of that. Adesanya does have that reach on him, and if he does allow him to just float from the outside and pick him apart, we've seen how that ends. Adesanya will sit there all day and just score points on you, or if you're getting rush in too quick, he's got the accuracy to put a few on your button, and good night. So, albeit I do want to see Whittaker take it out, obviously being an Aussie. I think Adesanya will be hungry for to get a win under his belt. And yeah, I think he'll get the job done. Because I have also seen Adesanya's defense on the ground is pretty decent, especially against guys at his own weight. He only struggled last time because Stipe had more weight on him, and Adesanya didn't really put on too much weight going into that fight in a higher weight division. So it'll be interesting to see how this pans out. But I think Adesanya will probably beat him again, and that'll be the end of Whittaker. Who knows when he gets another title shot. But I hope it isn't the case. And, for Whittaker, he needs to mix it up. He needs to, get some takedowns in there. He needs to make it a scrappy fight. He needs to, try pin him up against the fence, get into the clinch, bit of that sort of stuff. But, yeah, let's see how it happens. 2 p.m. this Sunday. Get around at UFC 271. 2 cracking main events.
Perfect.
Brilliant card.
Looking forward to it, Source. All right, before we do move on to the NFL, there's a few comments we've got to go through. Matty says, imagine passing out right to Paddy or left to Seth Curry after driving in, Simmons driving in and passing it out to Paddy, KD, and Kyrie doing their thing. No comment there. Adam says he's got his tickets for the F1. Source and I probably need to get onto this and try and work out what we're going to do, to be honest. Joel, how you going? We are well. We hope you are also. Ethan, thanks for stopping by. He says, Stephen A. Smith said trading Harden for Simmons and picks would make the Nets more dangerous. I agree.
Yep, agree.
I agree. Lamont A. Smith, we agree with him for once.
Yeah.
So
not all these takes are Lamont worthy.
Exactly. All right, Source. NFL, we gave a bit of a rundown a couple of weeks ago. But previewing it just really quickly, Bengals v. Rams this Monday, Super Bowl 56. I'm pretty sure. Matt, you can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong on that one. Source, who you going?
I'm going.
You sticking with him still?
I'm going Bengals. Bengals 27-24. They win it by a field goal in overtime. The Cinderella story, Joey B pulls it out. His card prices go bananas, or not. you know, or 50 million of his cards, rookie cards, hit the market at once and it just plummets. Which is what happened when LeBron won the title.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. My prediction source, still Rams, but there's something very interesting. All right. A bit of conspiracy theory.
Here we go.
A Simpsons conspiracy theory. They predicted on the show Bengals Rams Super Bowl. Bengals won 34-31 to win their first ever Super Bowl. There's a bit of, you know what happens when the Simpson does thing source. It just comes true. So just imagine if that actually happens. That's the scoreline. Bengals win 34-31. We literally can't just look at the Simpsons lightly anymore. We probably need to believe everything that they tell us. There's three-eyed fish everywhere source. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, mate. So, but I'm going Rams. Matty says 35-17 Rams with Jalen Ramsey to have a pick six.
I tell you what they do need to do. They need to double that man, Aaron Donald, and not let him get that pressure on Joey B. Because I tell you what, if they let him have a field day and allow that pressure on Burrow all day, it could be a very, very long one for Joey B and the Bengals. I think they really need to use their tight end wisely. Run a lot of brush routes where the tight end pushes out, brushes off Darnold. Gives him another obviously defender to sort of brush past and slows him down while he's on his way to Burrow, or double team him. They've got to sort that out. I mean, they can't allow the pressure that they've allowed in the last 2 weeks, or last 2 games on Burrow. I mean, they've been able to figure out. I mean, in the Chiefs game, unbelievable. I don't know how they figured that out, but they did. And look, I'm just going with Burrow because I just like the way he goes about it. I just like the way he goes about his business. The Bengals franchise has sucked for so long, so it will just be a good story as well. So, I mean, and for Stafford, it'll be a story as well. It will be a good story. And
100%. Both ways.
And one thing I do want to mention, I listened to your boy, Cowherd, one episode during the week, and he spoke about, if you have a look at Matthew Stafford and Aaron Rodgers' stats and their career stats. Right?
Yeah, this is funny.
And, if Matthew Stafford wins this weekend or this coming Super Bowl, he will actually have better stats overall than Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs as well.
Yeah. That's actually very funny.
And you have the same amount of Super Bowls. So, who's actually better? As much as we want to praise Aaron Rodgers, he went to the Green Bay Packers. Pretty good franchise. I've always done well in drafting. Detroit Lions, absolute shambles, and still a shambles. They're a joke. Detroit Lions essentially are, the Carlton Football Club of.
They're not the Carlton.
They're the Carlton Football Club. They've been absolutely terrible for how long? It was the last time they won. What, in the 80s?
What, a grand final, 93?
No, Super Bowl. I'm talking about Detroit.
I thought you were talking about Carlton. 93, mate. They're more Essendon than Carlton. He's going to take it? No, he's not taking it. He's just going to...
Yeah. Mate, we still won one in 2000, mate. We still won one in 2000, mate.
That's right. We won one in 99, so we're not that far off of you. All right, Source. Moving on. Quick update. There's a poll right now in the story. Lemon of the month. But in saying that, I think, Source, we need to bring it back next week. Lemon of the week. I'll be honest with you. I do miss you just throwing out a massive lemon to a candidate. So there'll be someone that does something just ridiculous. And we'll bring that to you next week. But yeah, jump on there, vote. There's 4 options. We gave them a couple weeks ago. The poll's up there. You get to decide who is Lemon of the month. And we'll announce that next week. So we might get double Lemons now when we announce the monthly winner and the weekly winner. So
they've never won a Super Bowl, mate. So that's even
emphasizes Detroit.
Yes.
No, they're one of, is it 10 teams or something, or 12 teams that haven't won a Super Bowl ever? Something like that.
Yeah. So the franchise is absolutely trash. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what Stafford was given.
Yeah,
And he played in
I
a shit
understand.
system, and he still did all right. So he's come to the first season where he's had a functional
12.
franchise.
There you go.
And
Thanks, James. Thank you. Appreciate fact checking me. Appreciate that. Maddie says he's thrown to top two wide receiver seasons ever in Megatron and Cooper Cup. Fair enough. Devonta Adams isn't shit either, though, Maddie. I'm pretty sure he's had other guys there as well. I can't even recall it. Aaron Rodgers is great. I'm not diminishing his legacy at all.
no, he's great. He's great.
He's great.
But is he
great.
that much? If
He's
Stafford
the greatest.
wins,
He's the greatest.
Stafford wins. Stafford and Rodgers, pretty equal.
He's better than Stafford. The other way is if Rodgers leaves and the Rams go, you know what? Thanks, Matty, for your one season. We're getting rid of you, and they just get Rodgers in next year when he leaves the Packers, and we try it all over again. And if you can't win, then you just say then he definitely is better than him.
Mate, if he was smart, he would go to the Buccaneers, mate. The team's already there. You just follow in the GOAT's footsteps. You got the team. You've got an absolutely putrid division.
You'll never do that.
You would ball roll that division.
He wouldn't do it because he's just going to follow in the shadow of Brady. I don't think he would ever do that. His ego, he's got too much of an ego to do something like that, in my opinion.
Come to the Colts, mate. Come to the Colts. We need a new quarterback.
Could be an option. All right, Sauce. Let's move on. Hobby talk. Let's get straight into this bad boy, huh? Why not? If I actually had Cardboard Connection open, we could have. But I don't. We can't.
What are we previewing?
Mate, Mosaic Premier League.
Is there a checklist out?
Nah, there's no checklist yet. It's just a quick preview. I put it up on our Insta page for people to see.
Yeah, so we'll have a quick look at it. All right, just a side note while you find it. There's obviously no checklist, as Doma mentioned. Wait for the checklist to come out before you make any decisions what you're going to do, pre-order boxes or whatever. You got to see how many autos you're getting in per box, what the parallels are. Is it worth what they're going to try flog these boxes off to? And don't forget, Ronaldo is back in these products. So
you'll see in about 4 seconds.
They're probably going to try pump the prices on these boxes. These new Premier League boxes. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'll tell you how it is here. And I told you numerous times last season, fucking don't waste your time, pre-ordering because what happened? Thank you very much. Boxes came down. If you listen to me, you would save yourself money. So just be patient. You're not going to miss out. I really don't. I think that, they're making enough enough of this stuff to go around.
I need to say it again too, Sauce, before we do get into this, just on a quick side note. Just word of warning again, disclaimer that this is not factually correct, but until I'm proven wrong, it is. 2022 F1 products, buy very cautiously. You know why I've said it 10 million times. If you don't know why I said it, feel free to listen to all 84 episodes of Double Coverage and you might run past it. But I'm putting it on the record. Be very, very careful with how much you're spending on 2022 Formula One products. What I did say, Sauce, and I will reiterate it once again, feel free to spend the money on Dynasty. But also be careful there as well, as the product is triple the price of what it was last year on pre-order. Be very, very careful. All right? As much as every other content creator out there keeps saying, oh, we got to buy this guy and F1, and F1's the best, and we got Miami races, and we got freaking this race, that race, and there's 25 races in America now, and be very careful because it could bite you in the ass. If you want to buy 2020 Topps Chrome F1, by all means, buy it. If you can get it at an affordable price, buy it. You want to hold it? I advise you to hold it.
Yeah, right, none of it's really super affordable now. The
correct.
First year
all right,
stuff, but it's a good hold.
Let's get into it. 21-22 Panini Mosaic Premier League Soccer. It's a debut of the EPL product. Contains one order along with multiple parallels and inserts.
So one order per hobby box.
Yeah, here we go. This is the base. This is what it looks like. Each hobby box contains 5 base silver editions. Also, 15 Mosaic parallels per hobby box, which offer several exclusive versions to track down. We've got the Mosaic Red, Mosaic Blue to 99, Purple to 49, Pink to 25, Gold to 10, and the Black. And here is the black source. And it happens to be Alberto Del Mondo, who hasn't scored in 5 games, that everyone's writing off as finished, Cristiano Ronaldo. All right. I spoke to you about
the
this
design. I'm not going to.
No, it looks sick.
I like the design.
Looks
good.
Now, this card right here, ladies and gentlemen, we can clip this source, so feel free. Source and I spoke about this during the week. All right. Once Source sees the checklist, he might be able to follow suit with me to go down this path. But he doesn't know what Arsenal players are in the checklist yet. He might want Granit Xhaka in the black. But I'm telling you right now, I'm putting a bounty on it, Source. Whoever gets this card, I'm putting a bounty on it. Straight up. And Source gave a great suggestion.
Thomas putting out his bounty on the 1-of-1 Ronaldo.
I'm actually putting out a bounty on it. All right? In the goodness of my heart, because, you know, I'm here in the hobby, man. I don't make hundreds of thousands of dollars, $250,000 to just drop on this card, all right? We might have to negotiate the actual price of this card, the 1-of-1 here, when you get the bounty for me. But in return, the person that finds me this card, doesn't matter wherever you are on planet Earth, doesn't matter. You are guaranteed from me a purchase. If I have to wire the money, I'll wire you the money. All right. This is guaranteed what you're going to get. All right. If you don't like this, then we can negotiate something else on the menu. All right. Guaranteed large Big Mac meal with your choice of drink. And if they ask for a supersize, I'll pay for it. But they got to ask, like, and supersize me.
I like it.
And you think I'm joking? I'm being dead set. I'm being serious.
That's a good bounty reward.
That's the bounty. All right? That's it, Source. I'll put it out there for Alberto Del Mondo.
You better make a post about it and put it out on Instagram. All right?
We're going to clip it. You're clipping it. You're putting it out there. And it's gonna. When I put scroll next, it's just going to be a picture of Big Mac of a meal. And I'll put it on Canva. Yeah, you know what, James? That's like, I'll sweeten it. You want McNuggets? I'll get you McNuggets.
Extra sweet and sour sauce, dude.
You want sweet and sour sauce? I'll get you sweet and sour sauce. I'm telling you straight out. That Jono, Bounty's already gone viral. Who doesn't like Mickey D's? Maddie says McFluzz for dessert. You know what? I'll keep adding on to it. Doesn't matter. We can negotiate it. All I said was guaranteed Big Mac meal, large, drink of your choice. If you happen to be the one with the card, then, you know, if you want the McNuggets, you want the McFlurry, you want the McGriddle, you want the
pie on top,
you want the McApple pie, the Mc whatever you want, I'll add it all. But just remember, if you're getting the added bonus on top of the Big Mac meal, you're giving me the card for nothing. That's all I'm saying. If you want monetary value, you can't add. Simple as that. So, Jono, I'm telling you, if you break this and you get this card, I'll get you whatever you want on that menu. I'll buy you the whole menu at Macca's. Straight out. Don't give a shit. I'll buy it for you. That's it. All right, so that's my bounty source. I've put it out there. And not for anything, a bounty like that is probably a teaser of what's to come when the new podcast comes out, because it's going to be on that level of shit talking. It's going to go that left very quickly. So
we'll have to start throwing out a bounty, I reckon.
A bounty for a card that we like, just something new. A bounty a week. All right. Next up, we still got more cards here. We've got the Pitchmasters insert, International Men of Mystery, which is Austin Powers. Hopefully we can get him in a card. A lot.
What is it called? Men of Mystery.
Oh,
Mastery.
wow. I know it's Mastery, but it's International Men of Mystery. It's Austin Powers. Montage and Pitch Masters. There's Hyung-Min Sun. Offer exclusive parallels as well. They come in Mosaic.
So
The
what are
white
they
to
doing with this
25,
as
gold to
well?
10,
Are they gonna, do you reckon
black to
they'll
1.
Do you reckon they'll bring out like a fast break version, a photo version, and so like we're looking at.
You know what we're gonna get next? Sauce, the hodl version. This is the version you get and you hold it. That's it.
Well, like
Just the hodl version.
We're looking at a hobby box, right? But then
Yeah.
what's it ends up happening? It ends up being an Asian version, Timor version, exclusive, Asian exclusive.
Yep.
Then it ends up, so we're looking at hobby, right, at the moment. But like, what other ones are they going to do? I don't know. Like,
by the way, the same bounty offer also goes for these International Men of Mystery, Montage, and Pitch Masters. Because if you can get the black in a Ronaldo, same goes for that. And the same for this, with the overdrive short printed and the stained glass cards. That's nice. I actually like the design for the stained glass.
Yeah, not bad.
Bit different. In the past, they've had the archway.
Yeah, they have had
in the background. Yeah. I reckon it looks a bit cleaner. Me personally. So there you go. And then, of course, you can't have a preview without this guy. So autos come in two forms, in the Mosaic and the Scripps Mosaic. And they are also in hobby parallels. You can get those to a gold to 10 and a black 101. The release date is March 23rd, 2022. The hobby box is 15 cards per pack, 10 packs per box, 12 boxes per case.
There a little thing there.
If I get two of what, Julia? Two of what? Two black Ronaldos. I'll tell you what. I'll add in an extra fast food chain restaurant and get you a meal from there of your choice. KFC, whatever you like. As long as it's not Red Rooster, because I'm not funding their front for drugs. They can get fucked. I'm not buying you a meal from Red Rooster. I don't even know how they're still in existence. Panini Mosaic, hobby box. There you go. Here's the breakdown. 1 auto, 5 silvers, 15 mosaics, 20 inserts. Insert parallels.
Apparently, pre-orders are sold out on Blowout, according to their website.
Someone asked me about pre-ordering this, and I just said to them maybe just to hold off because it's going to be worth fucking astronomical amount of money. I don't know. It'll be sick. It'd be a sick product, Source. Like the cards look awesome.
Yeah,
that looks mint. I frothed that. So, anyway, the red will be nice too. The color match, the Ronaldo red color match will be sick. It'll be so.
It'll
nice.
be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what they settle at as for a hobby box. Obviously Mosaic from last season. You had, Serie A, La Liga. Obviously Mosaic Euro. I think when they released, they wanted 650 to 700 AUD hobby box that still had only one auto in it as well. Don't forget. It'd be interesting to see what. I didn't catch the pre-order prices. I just tried to look on Blowout. There was nothing. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where it ends up. I definitely won't be. I definitely won't be wasting money on a box. I'll tell you that.
I'll be wasting a money. It's not really wasting. If Jono reserves Manchester United for me and gives me a price, I'll jump in your case break. If you do a case break,
if you can find a case,
I'll pre-order the Manchester United spot before you even get the case. As soon as the guy agrees to it, I'll have the spot.
No.
I just gotta convince my wife to give me the money. But besides the fucking point, I'll be in there. I'll find a way in there. I'll be in there. James said I have to buy him a franchise, a Mickey D's franchise.
That's $1 million.
Julio says, what happens if you get two of them, Ronaldo and Son? Carlos Jr., yep, done. Vice versa.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
All right, so let's move on. Just before we get into the last two things. Last two things. Quick shout out. I had to give a shout out because I was very excited. I was in the guys live yesterday. I don't know if Maddie was in there as well, but you know me, Lil P, can't go anywhere without watching his breaks. That's me. The best breaker on planet Earth, according to me. So that's just my opinion. Doesn't really count for much. But he's getting an office space. So just a shout out to him. That's absolutely awesome. He puts in a lot of work, Chase, at Little Pool Man. So yeah, he's getting an office space, Source. Not a shop front, an office space. And he's going to be ripping all day, every day, apparently. So when he's taking a snooze or he's working on sending out packages, he's going to have one of his employees, so one of his mates, and Alexa's also going to start ripping. So non-stop, there's going to be a Little Pool Man full time. Could I have asked for anything more? Just the lockdown, so I can watch it 24/7 Source. That's pretty much all I'm asking for now. All right, moving on. Golden. We'll run through this. I think we'll go through the top 10 Source, get a bit of a discussion going. Anyone in the chat that wants to mention anything, do you want me to bring it up? I got it.
Yeah, I can't find it.
Yeah, here you go. I got it. Let me just... Oh, is this going to... Why is it not? Here we go.
Well, there we go.
Top 10. Number 1. 0304 Exquisite Collection Rookie Patch Auto, LeBron James. Autos a 10, PSA 8.5. Source. It's funny because the card that is number 4, which is right below this, you're going to be very, very interested to see what it is and who it's graded by. Next up, we have rookie card, 980, 81 Tops Basketball, PSA 10. That's actually the complete set. There you go.
Well, that's pretty cool.
I'll actually open this. This is sick. I didn't realize it was the complete set. If it wants to open. Run a bit slow here. Nothing new on my end. Let's be honest. Source. I just 1.4 mil.
Yeah, I mean, what that card itself sold for 700,000. So what? It's
Each
a complete
card,
PSA 10 gem
each
mint
card.
set.
Fuck.
Is PSA 10.
Yeah, each card.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think that's such.
Head,
I think that's a pretty cool buy.
That's an awesome buy.
I mean, not that I have
Next
1.4 million to buy.
He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. He's the card, Mr. Infamous himself. The card from last week that we had a bit of discussion about on the podcast. His ticket, 56 of 100, BGS 10, Auto 10, BGS 8, sorry, Auto 10, Tom Brady. Now, Source, this is the one, all right? 4th. The same as first. BGS 10 Auto, BGS 8.5. It sold for $2 million less, $200,000 less, under $200K less.
Yeah, just under 200K. Yeah, I mean,
you can argue, Source, better patch. There's that.
Yeah, no,
and there's that.
I agree.
Much better patch.
I agree. The patch is better. Got the more notable Cleveland colors.
Just putting it out there. That's a 1.392 million.
Yeah, I'm going to say that was probably the better buy out of the two.
Yep. Not a BGS 9.5 Topps Chrome Gold Refractor LeBron James. Rookie card 24.
True gem.
True gem. Nice looking card. Who's this sealed by? Is it actually? It's got our favorite logo on it, Source. Here it is. Oh.
We don't even know if this is real, mate.
This is
could be GI Joe cards in there.
I was about to say this is a 2003 Fall Upper Deck GI Joe exquisite collection that just sold for $840,000 USD. Legitimately, who bloody knows? There you go, a case, unbelievable. 840.
Yeah, interesting, and I mean, they spoke about. I think, I think a box itself, a single box, goes for around about 150K or something, and someone obviously paid a premium for a sealed box, or it goes for around about 200K or something like that for a box.
3 boxes in here.
Yeah, well, and obviously it's sealed, and it's got the BBC Glad wrap on it.
Glad wrap.
Might as well just be Glad wrap.
Yeah. We've got another Topps Chrome Gold Refractor LeBron. Over here, lot 14, which sold for $720K, was a 2017 National Treasures Stars and Stripes patch auto of Patrick Mahomes, number 213. It's a nice card.
Yeah, very nice card.
Then we've got a BGS Black Label LeBron.
I think
Ultimate
cool
Collection.
Buy. Cool buy.
That's sick. Number to 250. Here we got another one of Saucy's favorite things. 3 boxes in there. Here's a nice piece. Michael Jordan game used, signed, and photo match Chicago Bulls Red Road uniform, jersey and shorts, signed by Michael Jordan, 600K. Not a bad piece there, Saucy. And then, obviously, the next card is the card that made waves everywhere when it sold on Monday. And that is the 2019-20 Panini National Treasures Zion Williamson rookie patch auto to 99. The BGS 95, BGS 10 auto, Pop 1, none higher, Source. And that sold for a measly...
subgrade in it as well.
It does on the centering. For a measly 594K.
Yeah, crazy money. Crazy. Just crazy.
There's actually a card that's coming up. It's this one. There it is. If you can see it, Source. Do you know what card that is?
The Joe Burrow one.
Lukey sent us this card. I think this card got posted in Cherry Crew. I think it's the exact same one.
Yeah,
and Lukey sent us that screenshot. Yeah. There it is. NFL Shield rookie auto, 1 of 1, Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't have sold it at a better time. The only way
you got to send it. Funnily enough, when Lukey sent us that photo, the first thing Source said to me was, put it on auction, ending before the Super Bowl starts. Before it starts. Not at the end of the game, because if he loses, you're not getting $500,000.
Yeah.
If he wins, you might get a bit more than $500,000, but that's a gamble you take. You can get guaranteed money, or you take the gamble. But
yeah, good move by that guy. Good move by that guy. I think
you got a Mahomes
collector. I think
gold vinyl. I think he's an Aussie collector.
Yeah.
You got the whole 86, 87 Fleer basketball near complete set. Missing Jordan. Sold for $500,000. Yeah, missing Jordan.
Michael Jordan. So with Jordan in there, his current price, it's about an $800,000 set.
Yeah. Here we go. Pele. I'll just start going through a few of these. There's obviously another one that... This is nice. This Tom Brady jersey is very nice. Game used. It's got his yards, his completion, GOAT on it. It's actually pretty sick. It's fucking sick.
Yeah, that Jason Dominguez one is just crazy.
I love the Jason Dominguez one. It's awesome. Next, we'll see Pepe on here.
Oh, jeez.
Here's the NBA sticker on this rookie ticket. This one's nice. Muhammad Ali, weigh-in worn walkout robe, photo matched against Sonny Liston. Another playoff contenders, Brady. Jordan, PSA 10, 360K. Another Brady, Bowman Chrome Refractor, 2000. Interesting. A lot of Brady's, which I understand, Source, because, he retired. So people trying to probably flog off his cards. Try and make
sort of while
some
he's still
coin out of it.
relevant, probably.
He's a nice one. Source always loves seeing a Luka. Another PSA 10 Jordan here. Oh, this is the Steve Aoki collection, Source. This one. This is rarer than
If you
all the
bought that
others.
and you asked to get that reslab, do you reckon you can get that reslab without the Aoki collection in it?
Even if you couldn't, I'd be asking to do it. LeBron X Fractor. Pop 4 here. It's a BGS 10. It's good to see SGC in here.
This is what I mean. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Like, I would rather buy that Topps Chrome X Fractor BGS 10, for 312,000 than the Zion or even the Luka.
Yeah, that's a big call.
Like,
it's got good grades too. 310s on there, 195. Joey B here. Oh, there's a Zard back in the mix, 250,000. Another Luka, Babe Ruth, LeBron, Mickey Mantle, PSA 7, passed in. Didn't actually sell. Another LeBron auto, Topps Chrome, sealed case there from 0304. Ja Morant, Joey B again. PMG Red Kobe Bryant, PSA 4.
It's pretty cool.
Nice card. That's sick. Here's another one of these Jordan jersey cards. An actual Jordan jersey signed.
Bad.
Burrow.
Yes, big sales.
Herbert.
Big sales. Big sales.
I can't believe Burrow's actually selling more than Herbert.
Well, he's made the Super Bowl, so I understand.
It's about time.
We always talked about. I thought it was a bit harsh, the discrepancy. So it took him making a Super Bowl for it.
Apologies for anyone that is listening to this that can't see these cards, but check us out on YouTube. Sealed box of 86-87 Fleer. LeBron Gold. We'll go through this page Source and we might click on a few other things here. It might be interesting. If you see anything that might interest you. Kobe, Logo Man auto. That's sick. There's a LeBron Logo Man here. Nice. LeBron Patch auto. LeBron James jersey. Ant-Man. Kobe. Anything else, Source? Anything you want to look into? Anyone watching? Is there anything on the side you want to click into and have a look?
Click on the non-sport.
Where the hell's that? Other sports. Where's non-sport? I saw it before. Is it there?
Yeah,
non-sports autos. Non-sports memorabilia category. All right, here we go. It's always interesting. Surely this. Oh, have a look at this.
Not that one. Not that one.
Which one?
Non-sport under category. Go non-sports cards.
Category non-sports cards. All right. Zard. Oh, stop. Why do you do this?
This is why we need to try and get in touch with old mate Rick. I messaged him on Clubhouse the other week.
Well, actually, very funny story. Did you see what happened with our good friends Only Lamont? Only Holt?
Yeah.
That they're buying to raise the floor on some of these PMGs?
Yeah, I know.
Are you surprised? I'm not.
No, I'm not surprised, but I get it. I mean, that's what business is, which is, buy,
It's true.
try and buy and
Ooh,
corner
green.
the market. And
That's sick.
I mean, what did people really think was going to happen? When these big investors came in, like what do you think was going to happen?
Justin Bieber sauce.
And like, no offense, but these fractional companies have been doing this anyway. Been buying out big cards and then putting up fractionalized. And you go have a look at some of the stuff, stuff that's gone up at X amount of prices, down 50%, 60%, from what the IPO price was that people bought in and bought shares at. So, how's that any different to literally what alt is doing? Like, it's not, right? So yeah,
have a look at this
it is
source.
what it is. Just got to be mindful out there. And look, obviously, Doma, obviously the people who collected this stuff before are going to be pissed off. You know what I mean? It's like, it's no different to the people that collected UFC before UFC started to get more expensive. And the people who collected, obviously, I know a long, long time Pokemon collector, been collected for 10, 15 years. He's got sets going, like full binders, sets and everything. And when this all kicked off, man, he was just like, oh man, can't even complete a set. Got to pay, card that was $100 before is now like $450, $500.
You get Beyonce.
That's what happens.
It's Beyonce there, source.
Yeah, but I just wanted to show you the complete set. That was pretty interesting.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
That one at the top. And look here, Game of Thrones. Emily Clark, which is Emilia Clark, sorry, which is the the dragon, mother of dragons in Game of Thrones. Interesting there, 2 autographs. You
can get a Harambe. What the hell? Harambe PSA 10, bro.
Is that a rookie?
That's got to be his rookie. The fact that there's 3 in the pop is actually pretty funny. There's a lot of PMGs and stuff in here, which is pretty cool. A lot of Pokemon. Some awesome stuff. I think we've overstayed our welcome on our golden site, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you reckon?
Okay, we'll get moving on, but yeah, this gets boring after a while. But it's just good to see, and there's so many. One thing, looking through this, there's obviously so many different aspects of the hobby. There's outside of sports cards. That's why I said click on the non-sports cards, and there's even memorabilia. I was having a look at some of the signed gloves that they had, from fighters. If that's your cup of tea, it goes a lot bigger than just cards. It goes into all the memorabilia and all that sort of stuff. So, there's always something out there for you to find, to collect. It's fun collecting obscure things. Gloves, boxing gloves, it has been one that I've looked at and that I think are interesting, just as to have as a piece, especially if you like a certain fighter. And sometimes I can't justify the price for a card of a fighter when I can get a whole boxing glove that's signed. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. I understand it's got a little image on it, but when I'm buying an auto, I'm paying for the auto, regardless. So, yeah,
easy. Next up, source. Just a quick one. Listening to the crossover about some of the stuff that happened with Mark's cards and all that, but not really touching on that. It's more they had someone on from PSA chatting about the situation, and there was a bit of a rundown for future submitters of PSA. So they're putting some parameters in. So if you just wanted to get into that a little bit.
Yeah, so, if you don't know what's going on with Mark's cards, in short, let's sum this up in 20 seconds. He pretty much, overpromised, under-delivered, got into a pickle with, taking money and then using that money for other places in his business and not, using that money to fulfill the money which was owed to PSA when subs came back. So if everyone's not familiar, PSA, actually only request money at the end before they'll grade all your cards and they'll say your bill is this much, pay the bill, here's your cards. But that sort of went downhill when Mark's cards, pretty much went bankrupt and didn't have the money to then pay for his customers' cards to get their cards back to them. and he had dragged a number of other people into it, so it got a bit messy. PSA got involved. And if you want to hear what exactly happened, head to the Cardladder YouTube, and they've also conveniently clipped that bit where they just talk to the PSA representative. It's about a 15 to 20-minute video, so you can just check that clip out, and hear it in full, because I'm sort of just summarizing it, so probably doing it a disservice. And if you really are interested, definitely go and listen to the full clip. And he just said, they needed to figure out what happened. It got a bit sticky, and they've sort of sorted it out, and it's all getting controlled. And that's all getting sorted out, and everyone's getting their cards returned, which is really good by PSA. That's obviously stepped in a awkward situation and done right by their consumer, which is good to see, right? Really good to see from PSA on that front. But then that has, in turn, made them look at their own internal, system in the way that they handle group subs. And going forward will mean that group submitters on submission of cards will need to foot a 50% cost of what the grading cost would be. So, and then obviously that they'll pay the remaining 50% on return. So, in a sense, there's quite a few people out there who are a bit annoyed because, that means that, you send these cards in, and depending on what service level you're going, but if they get back to the point where there's an economy service, he did sort of mention that once they get all this down, which they're planning to have it down by fall, that's what he said, which I don't know what that means, in terms of America, what time span that is, but I think it's later this year. I think September, November, I think is fall. Yeah, around there. So that's their plan to pretty much have cleared the backlog by then. And then, if they have down the lower services, it'll be interesting to see how that all manages in, and how it all plays out. But, all guns blazing, PSA, they really, albeit they effed up by letting it get out of control since the point where, they've had the takeover and they've started putting in their new systems. They've been pumping through cards. And, I know people that are using the $100 service at the moment, or I think it's $95 through like KK Sports Cards or something like that. And it's coming back in 4 to 6 weeks, something around that line. So, if you're willing to pay the $100 around that, you are getting your cards back pretty decent. They have seemed to sort this shit out. So yeah, look, let's check that out and listen to I think it was the CEO. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
But
PSA.
yeah, it was on the Cardladder YouTube channel. Go check that out.
Perfect. Done and dusted for Hobby Talk on that front. Saucy Smoky. And then, yes, Adam, I will bring up the Lamont of the Year trophy for 2022 as a bit of a preview for people in.
All right, Doma. So yeah, look, something a bit different, something a bit left field, something I think is quite interesting, in my personal opinion. And obviously, I've seen a number of other guys out there doing this sort of thing. I've seen obviously P Ryan Collector does this a lot. And a number of other guys, they go to get stuff signed. And I think this is an interesting one where, it could be a play whether you've got a card of that guy and you can get it in, get it signed. So, yeah, look, I won't dribble on this too long, but there's a few companies out there, and this is just two companies that I know of. So there's powersportsmemorabilia.com, and then there's Creative Sports Entertainment Enterprises, sorry. I mean, their website's not the best, but they are legit. You can look them up on Instagram. This is their website. And then this is Power Sports Memorabilia. Both of them, they have got a section where you can go upcoming and you suss out what, who they've got signing. So, they've got a lot of NFL players. They got Rob Gronkowski signing. They got Devonta Smith signing. If you're interested, they got Troy Aikman signing. If you've got a 1986 Troy Aikman scorecard, rookie, send that into Creative Sports Enterprises, get Troy Aikman to sign it, get it authenticated. It could be a play for you. But my play is here with upcoming signings here at Power Sports Memorabilia. If you scroll down, you can see who they've got upcoming. There's all instructions. Make sure you read through and understand how much all this costs and so on. Make sure you fill out the forms correctly. And don't make sure you read things through, because you don't want to stuff it up, right? Look, they got GSP signing, so if you're a George St. Pierre fan, you can get him to sign things. Tony Parker, so funny enough, I have one of those Tony Parker rookie cards here that I picked up for $1 and you can get it signed for $119. So Tony Parker rookie auto, on card auto, on his rookie card. Why not? 4-time NBA champion. So it's that's one of the signings that I'm going to do. And then one of the other signings, if anyone followed me on IG, I put out during the week a look for Chris Paul rookies, and I got a few responses. Trying to get a Chris Paul rookie, and you can get him to sign the card. I mean, his is a lot more expensive than Tony Parker, $260 it costs to get it signed. But when you think about it, if you can, pick up a rookie card, it depends on what you want to do. You can go ahead and pick up like a refractor and, go all out, buy a refractor for $150, get it signed for $260, get it authenticated. And then you've got a, numbered refractor on card Chris Paul auto, or, rookie auto, or you could just get a Topps Chrome, or you could just get just a Topps base card. I probably would at least go the Chrome. I think they're about $50. So yeah, that's another one who I'm thinking of doing Chris Paul. I've got the Tony Parker. I'm just looking for a Chris Paul card so then I can ship it over. There is a deadline where you need to have the items there as well. So, obviously easier for people in the States because, you're shipping within America and it's a lot quicker. If you're shipping here from Australia, the deadline for Chris Paul is February the 18th. You probably have to ship that with FedEx and get it off in the next couple of days. I don't know if I'm going to even make the cut here to this one, so we'll see. I might just be sending my Tony Parker over and get that signed. But yeah, I think this is a really cool play, especially some of these get announced pretty early. You've got a bit of time to set it up. Here's one, Derek Jeter signing. So if you've got Derek Jeter stuff, trading cards, $1,200. So you want Derek Jeter rookie auto on his trading card, $1,200 is going to set you back. Jesus. So I think Chris Paul in comparison isn't too bad. Tony Parker is very, very affordable. Alonzo Mourning, here's another one. Michael Porter Jesus, if you want to get some Michael Porter Jesus stuff signed, if you've got a jersey, you can send in, if you've got a Michael Porter Jr. jersey, you can get it sent in and signed. You can also, Fanatics branded blue jersey, $229. You can literally pay for that and get that sent over. That's so if you're into cool. Michael Porter Jr., that's something that you can do. So, and this is just two companies. There is some other ones I followed on Instagram. I couldn't remember exactly, but, Power Sports Memorabilia and, Creative Sports Enterprises. There is another one. There's a whole bunch of them. And I have followed them on Instagram, but these were just the two that I could remember off the top of my head. So, I think this is something, out of the box, something a bit different, especially, in this situation where I've bought this Tony Parker rookie card for $1, years ago, and it's literally been sitting in my house. I'm like, what better thing to do than get it signed? Like, it's not worth grading. I've looked at it. It's probably not going to grade, it's probably going to grade like an 8 or something at best. It's got pretty good centering, but, it's a bit scratched up on the surface. Obviously, back in 2001, people weren't grading base rookie cards, were they? So they just chucked it in a box. They chucked it in somewhere and didn't really look after it. So, why not get it on card auto signed, get it authenticated, and you've got a 4-time NBA champ, Tony Parker, rookie on card auto. It sounds pretty cool to me. Like, some people might not like the fact that you're getting an after the thought auto, but I mean, who gives a shit? I say, I
like it.
I think it's really cool. And, it's unfortunate that we are all the way here in the States, but, this is something that maybe, eventually, if we're able to get more interest, it's something that maybe we might be able to tee up where we can, facilitate and send it all over in one shipment and then get it all sent back in one shipment. for a bunch of collectors that might want a bunch of different stuff with, say, for instance, Power Sports memorabilia or whatever, right? All the stuff gets sent to us. We can send it all over with FedEx. It all gets sent back. It's sort of, you're going to save yourself on shipping. So yeah, look, it could be something,
Sure.
but that's my play. That's my play. I think it's something unique. And, if you're outside of America, I'm sure if you in enough time bought something on American eBay, got it sent to your Ship My Cards account, put a note in there saying, I'm sending this to, say, for instance, Power Sports memorabilia, wrote, what could you do this, and this, as they need to, put a little post-it note where you want them to sign it and so on. And, you put them instructions and then got them to ship that out. Obviously, they're going to charge you a fee, might be $5 for handling and doing that little bit of thing for you. But hey, you don't have to bring it all the way back to Australia. Everything's all over in the States, and you only bring it back when, you want it here and it's signed. It's been signed. So, there's probably another way to do that sort of stuff. But yeah, really, really cool play. And I'm sure Ship My Cards would probably be able to facilitate that stuff, as I said, with a fee. There would be, of course, a fee. Nothing's for free in this world, but, you'd be able to get it done. So
nice sauce. Very nice. Nice smoky. I like it a lot. I like it. Before we do finish up, though, sneak peek for everyone in here. People that listen to this, you just got to head over to YouTube. Here it is. 2022. Le Mans of the Year. Thank you,
class.
Adam. Jem Munted is back sauce. We still got to send that to Goldie.
We've got to get this one sent out. That's last year's. We've got to get this sent out to Goldberg. Shipped out. We'll have to ship it out, mate, this week. You've got the PO box. You've got the PO box.
I got the PO
so
and I've got the thing
sauce.
I got the certificate, the dodgy certificate that I made for him. We'll just chuck it all in one package, send it to him. Easy. Well, thanks everyone for stopping by. Saucy, it's been a pleasure once again. To everyone, like, subscribe, peace, all that jazz. It's double coverage. Keep living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the Great Man Sauce. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports. Double curve.